This is our beautiful clarifying clay treatment mask, and we have had this one for a little while in our Ultra Care range, and it is just one of the best ones that we've got absolutely through all. I say that about every product though, so you can either believe me or don't, but it is absolutely magic. And as you can see on Ree's face, if she comes in a little bit closer, like it is drying. It takes a little bit to dry over all the areas. So that's why we've got to leave it on for about 10 or 15 minutes. But the clarifying clay treatment is actually great for all skin types. The kaolin clay that's in it, and I'll open it, you can see that it's black. It is great for all skin types, including sensitive skin, and that's what makes it so versatile for everybody to use it. And you can use this with any of our skincare ranges that we've already covered off, and as a treatment. So you can use it up to twice a week. It also has black rice powder in it, again black, and it is the phytonutrients that are in the rice powder actually help withdraw all the toxins out of the skin. So toxins can create like that infection when you have cystic acne, or if you've had sunspots, or there's an open wound, or I mean, you're probably not usually going to do a mask when you have those open things on the skin. However, this like the black rice powder is to help heal those things. So I guess when it gets to a stage where if you were going to have a scar from sunspots, you could jump in and use the mask, and that would help reduce that scarring, hopefully not to even happen, or will drastically reduce it for you. So what a mask does, so I've already used the cleanser. So the cleanser opens the pores and cleans the pores out, the daily dirt and grime. Then we've used the microdermabrasion, which we covered that off. Please. I should have been more organised. Lucky I've got a model to help me tonight. The microdermabrasion box, and so it's resurfaced the skin. So while Ree's pores were opened, I've used the exfoliator to dislodge any dirt, grime, grease, fat that could be caught in the pores, but also to take that layer of dead skin off. And then I've popped the mask on. So the mask is going to draw any rubbish out of Ree's skin to the surface. Now, that's not to mean that Ree is a dirty person by any means. It's like we're all the same. It doesn't matter. Ree is in like an office environment. So she's working inside all the time. She's underneath those UV lights. UV lights, what are they? Can't remember what they're called. Fluorescent. Thank you. I can see Annette mouthing that word there. Thanks, Annette. Just lost my mind there for a minute. So the fluorescent light, and so your skin still, and she also works right near an eatery. So, you know, there would be in the air a lot of fats coming from hospitality, you know, outlets and everything like that. So, as well as she has a puppy that she walks, and you know, so like all those things that we do from a day-to-day general life, and so that it's going to draw those impurities to the top of the skin. So when you do get a breakout in a few days' time, it's actually doing what it's supposed to do. So you know, people will buy a regime and say, oh my god, I've got a breakout, what's going on? And you think, well, it's doing exactly what we want it to do. So we do want a clear complexion, and we want all those impurities drawn to the top of the skin. Now, the best thing about the kaolin clay is, and I'll put Ree on the spot here, so if she can come in really close and you can still hear me, can you see on Ree's face how, to turn to the side, there's a few spots there that actually haven't dried? Well, those spots there are actually the pores in her skin that need the most work. So they're a bit more blocked than any other pore on her face or in that area. Thank you. You can sit down. She's half kneeling, trying to get to the camera. And that's what the really interesting part is about when you're using a mineral mask or a clay mask, is that we don't identify which pores are more blocked than others. And this kaolin clay is really giving us a bit of an insight. I mean, there's still, like, I've put it on quite thick, and on her nose area, And if you look in the NutriBible, I'm always talking about the NutriBible. If you look in the NutriBible, I'll find the page, you can actually see it does a running down the bottom there. Can you see that? Like it looks quite crackled on the skin, and that's actually like the enlarged pores, and all of us would have enlarged pores over our nose. That's just how the skin is made up. So we're just trying to get that like a deep cleanse in there and get those drawn to the surface. So Ree, how's that feeling? Is it quite tight?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to talk. She said, do I have to talk? I went, no, but yeah, and I'm going to make her talk.
Yeah, it's quite tight.
It's quite tight. So, and that will keep going. We'll leave it on for another few minutes and let that dry. And then as Annie's speaking, if I feel that we need to take it off, I've got the bowl and the water and the washer and everything here. I'll move the camera so you can watch what I do. And we'll take that off, and then I'll take her through the toning and you know, the moisturizing there as well. So, but yeah, great for sensitive skin, absolutely. So anybody who's in a comfort range, which is our you know, sensitive range, it's great to use for that. What else can I tell you? You just yeah, use it once to twice a week, and the volcanic clays actually magnetically draw all those impurities out. So I hope that makes sense to you all.
Christy, is this mask really good for oily skin and skin that have got really large pores?
Absolutely. You can use it across for all skin types, but oily skin, the secret to oily skin is that you actually do treat it the same as any other skin, although you're just looking at your moisturizing and your cleanser that you can tweak. The thing with oily skin is if Ree was a really oily skin type and we take that off and we don't give her any moisture because she says, oh look, you know, I'm so oily, it'll be a slick pot by the time I'm finished anyway. The sebaceous glands work double time, and so they produce the double amount of oil, so they are actually going to re-clog those pores after we've done all this work to pull it off. So it's great for all skin types. We just need to adapt the moisturizer and the cleanser to the skin type that when it comes off. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. So if she was oily, we would use an extra light moisturizer.
So did I miss the beginning? Did you actually apply that mask just with a brush and water, or did I miss that beginning?
Oh no, I didn't. No, I already had it on, Ree, because I knew that it would take a little bit to dry.
Okay.
So this was the Irina applicator, I believe.
Okay.
So, and it's like a silicone spatula there. So I've just applied that on Ree's skin. I mean, if it's your own, you can certainly dip your own fingers in there and do that. Up to you, but of course, because I'm applying it to Ree, that's how I've done it. The other thing about the Ultra Care range, when it is red with white writing, that means you use it overnight time.
Yeah.
When it's white with red writing, that's a tongue twister, you use it during the day. And the little menu that is in our NutriBible here actually gives you that. See over here, they've got a moon and a sun. So it actually gives you when you can actually use it and when you, like when it's recommended to use it. Like if you were to do this during the day, that's fine. But that's when you're going to get the biggest benefits from the active ingredients in each product.
Excellent. So were there any other questions there for Christy on the mask before we cross across to Annie? Did anybody else have any questions there regarding that mask?
No, I think I read in the product description that there's another product, I'm trying to think of its name. It's red with white writing. It's in a little bottle. It has fruit acids in it, and it's recommended for enlarged pores or open pores. And I thought, I wonder which of those would be the better. But I suppose it's optional, isn't it?
So that would actually be the AHA complex.
Yes.
We used to actually have that as a facial peel. I'm hiding Ree there now, sorry. and it's like it's excuse me, it's like a liquid exfoliator. So you could actually use that once you take this off, but you would skip the microdermabrasion. So I've cleansed and used the microdermabrasion on Ree. So you would cleanse, pop your mask on, and then when you take it off, I'll cleanse again, and then you could use your AHA refining solution on there. So most of these products in the Ultra Care range are like a month on, a month off. So you could rotate between using the microdermabrasion 1 month and then use your AHA refining solution. So it's just like a toner, that one. But that's a great question, Janet. Really good question. The AHA, what it actually does, so we've got the mask on here that's physically going to draw that out. But the AHA, and when it was in the peel thing, I would put that on John. Being a diesel mechanic, he has lots of dirt and grime in his pores, and it actually pushes the gunk out of the pores, and I could actually pull the core of the pore out. And I know that sounds disgusting. I absolutely loved it. It was so like pulling all these gross bits off his face, and he has a commentary that goes with it that we don't want to hear, but it actually like the clarity that came through his skin was quite impressive. You just laughing. Was quite impressive because John's always had blocked pores, being a mechanic since he was 15. So that was quite incredible to see. So I always recommend like people coming up to a formal event like a wedding or their school formal or whatever, these are the products that I would be using to get that clarity and texture through their skin perfect.
Excellent. That's very good. A very, very good description, Christy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other questions there for Christy before we cross over to Amy?
Come back in then. She can come back in. You can check her out.
Yeah. That's amazing how you can see those little block pores on the right cheek there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So they're working overtime there and pulling everything out. So...
And you can see it drying nicely. You can see the areas there that are drying there, which is great.
I've taken some photos too as we've gone along, so we can share them out. So if anybody's a guest on here, we can send them to you so you can actually see what's going on as it goes. Yeah.
Thanks, Judy.